Next question is, Scott, do you have any advice for helping very analytical clients? So very analytical. Oh, okay. So analytical, more like conscious clients. So yeah, the majority of my clients throughout my career were lawyers, very intelligent people. And I want to forget that metaphor of people saying, like very educated people can be hypnotized. The more smarter you are, the deeper you go into trance. I'm not talking about that metaphorical stuff because that can't be proven. What I'm talking about is the clients that don't seem to be going into trance. And that's part of the problem here. When you're working with analytical clients, the approach, the system you use, like when we teach conversation hypnosis, the approach doesn't change. There's a few little things we can add to it, like slowing down and things like that. And I talked about that in a video just previously to this one. But what it means is a client may not seem like they're going into trance. They're not really answering your questions with a lot of unconscious moments. And this is fine. So with an analytical client, what I like to do is when I'm asking questions, I'm trying to really focus on those unconscious moments. I'm asking for information, asking the question, they're going to give me some information. I just have to really be on the lookout for very quick unconscious moments. And that's what I'm looking for. From there, I'm going to ask another question based on the unconscious response that they give me. If they're not going into trance, I'm not seeing like there's a little unconscious moments going on. I then want to sort of shape, and I can't really give you an example of this because it's context related, but I want to sort of form my questions, a question that seems a little bit abstract. So if you're asking your client a question with a lot of conscious information in it, a lot of conscious words, they're going to more than likely give you a conscious response. But if you ask a very unconscious question or one that's a little bit abstract, that it's a little bit more open-ended and allows your clients to think a little bit more, you'll notice that the analytical side of them will start to shut down. So it's a cool metaphor to say, if you want an unconscious response, which you do as therapists and coaches, you ask a more unconscious question, which is a more abstract question. If you want a conscious response, ask them the conscious question. So an easy way to do this, like I said, is ask your question with the least amount of words, keep them more open-ended, use less words, like I said, slow down, but also really just focus on those quick unconscious moments. Now, every client, regardless of whether they're over analytical, they're more conscious, are still going to give you some sort of unconscious moment. You just have to be more on the lookout for what they are. Take them the way that they come to. They could be very quick. They may not seem that powerful or that important to you, but focus on them because you get enough of those little ones stacking up on top of each other, and you'll notice their conscious mind starts to shut down. Now, I know a lot of people will say, well, if you've got a very conscious client, you want to explain hypnosis to them. You want to explain like the metaphor of the driving hypnosis, stuff like that. That's a lot of work. I'm pretty lazy when it comes to working with clients, but I do know one thing when it came to working with very analytical clients. The framing of my question gave me an almost unfair advantage to them consciously. It was very easy actually to shut down that conscious part of them. If I would ask my questions, especially around the information phase or the investigation phase, with the least amount of words, I slowed down, I took some more pauses, and I asked my question in a more abstract way, then I'd get more unconscious moments on top of that. So I can't really give you an example, like I said, because it's all context related, but there, hopefully that helps. Hopefully that gives you a bit of insight how to work with that. Don't be scared of analytical clients. Don't think, well, the more analytical they are, the harder it is to get them into trance, because now you're presuming and you're assuming things based on what other people have said. Test this for yourself. Here's the one thing I do suggest. If you want to really build a strong reputation in the industry, go for the very analytical clients. Work out how you can work with them, because if you can work with them with no problems and master them, when it comes to very suggestible, quote unquote, clients, it'd just be so easy for you. You'll have to do, less work and they'll be in trance for pretty much the whole time. So I would focus on working with very hard clients, learn how to work with them. Then when it comes to working with the more average suggestible clients, it's a piece of cake. So hopefully that helps. If not, let me know and hopefully that answers your question. If it doesn't answer that question, send me another email through and I'll be happy to answer it in another way. Bye for now.